before the renovation and stuff in 2016. It might have hella sucked. I don't know.
Yeah.
And right by the mural, there was a lot of tagging. So it's something unique to the Jan Ree area. Yeah, it's good. I will say, as far as like the whole of Salem, it's not really my favorite breakfast place, but all right, so Jan Ree is pretty much as far north Salem as you can get. Actually, it's broken up. It's part of it's outside of the city limits. So when you call for an emergency, you might actually get the Marion County
correct. Yeah.
Law enforcement to come out instead of the Salem PD.
Yep.
It just depends on where you are over there.
Yep, there's a nice little line that cuts it, and it's either part county or part city.
Yes. Tell me maybe a little bit about the area over there, like how much your average home price is. It's kind of the age of the homes. I know they've kind of been building since the 70s.
Yes. So the original Jan Ree area, I think was built in either the late 60s and early 70s. And it seems like every 5 to 10 years, they keep adding on to that Jan Ree area. And so currently right now, if you go on Kell Street, you'll see a brand new subdivision that's just been built this last probably 5 years.
Yeah.
But at least in the last year, roughly about 100 plus homes have actually been listed. Mm-hmm. And currently out of those homes, the average actual sold price is about $422,000.
Yeah, which is actually quite affordable. I would say in the grand scheme of Salem, when you compare it to South Salem or West Salem, these are going to be more of your like obtainable homes in this neighborhood.
Correct. And I think, a little bit of that is because it's a little farther out from the city limits. Mm-hmm. But however, what's great is I think Kaiser's growing so much, especially with the Kaiser station.
Yep.
And honestly, I love having the freeway access just right there. It's only just a minute and a half, 2 minutes away.
Yep. Kaiser's really close. Another great thing about this neighborhood, as compared to South Salem and West Salem, is the taxes are a lot cheaper.
Seem like to be a little bit cheaper, yeah.
Inexpensive, yeah.
I'm sure because the home prices are just a little bit less than some other places or areas within Salem.
Yes.
But I'm guessing also part of it's because most of it's in county.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so when you're going to apply for a loan, you can afford a little bit more because you're paying less in taxes over there.
And it's a great little neighborhood. I know through the years it's just expanded, and so it's kind of cool to see how you can get like the old 60s, 70s style homes, and you like go to a few more blocks, and all of a sudden there's the homes that were built in probably the early 2000s or maybe the late 90s, and then you go down a little farther and you get to the ones that are brand spanking new. So and the schools are also rather nice actually within the area too. So
yeah, they have have two elementary schools that kind of the neighborhood floods into. We have Hammond, which is fine. I think it scored, actually I know it scored a C+, according to niche.com. Yeah. So all of my ratings I got on niche.com. I'll link to that below.
Yeah.
And then also there's Hayesville, which scored a C.
Yep. And then there's also Yoshikai as well.
There's Yoshikai over there.
I don't know what that scored, but
there's probably, Jan Ree probably does feed into Yoshikai as well.
Yeah.
And then there's Adam Stevens Middle School, which we both went to Adam Stevens Middle School.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was first built.
Yeah, and at the time, it was fantastic. I can't really speak to that now because I just had my 20-year high school reunion, it's been a little while since I've been there.
Yeah, we are so old.
Yeah, but at the time, it was a great school. And then it
has good teachers.
Yeah, and then it also floods into McKay High School.
Correct. Yep.
Which is not bad. It scored a B- according to niche.com.
Yeah. I mean, McKay wasn't the worst school in the world by any means. There were some great teachers actually, and they have, I think their football team did rather well. So, not the best, but they're working on it.
Yeah. I think they do what they can.
Yeah. It was a great school, and actually, I had great memories there, and
I think we'll let some reviews speak for themselves.
Yeah.
So I pulled a 3-star review, a 5-star review, and a 1-star review from the internet, and we're going to take a minute and read those to you. Why don't you read us the 5-star review really quick?
All right, the 5-star review. All right, 5-star. I love the school spirit there. I made some of my best memories here. The teachers were always kind and welcome. There are so many electives to choose from, and they have the best sandwiches. I would add more events.
Oh,
That's the review. And that was back in 2021, which I don't know if you knew this, but they've expanded McKay quite a bit. I don't know if you've driven by it recently.
I have drove by it, yes,
Yeah,
and it looks really nice, actually.
It's like twice the size now.
I was a little envious.
Me too.
It was so small to get around.
Where was this when I was, jammed into like a sardine container?
Yes.
When you're going through the hallways, getting tripped up, and anyways, 3-star review. Here we go. McKay High School is pretty average. Teacher-wise, there were a lot of nice teachers.
Yeah.
That's what it says precisely.
Verbatim.
Yep. Academic-wise, students weren't really that well. They also don't promote resources as much as they should, and communication is a little bad. Overall, I give my school 3 stars.
I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, when I went, I was huge into choir, and we had a great choir.
Yeah.
From back in the day, we used to do like little tours to California and everything.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Our wrestling team was excellent, and I remember doing wrestling, and both teachers or coach, I guess, was amazing. So
yeah, they had a pretty
enjoyed
good
it.
sports program. I did track and field, and pretty sure we won state that year. Like 2002 or something. Anyways, they have a pretty good sports program there.
I can't say much about their sandwiches, but
yeah. Well,
I remember being into their pizza. I don't know, but
yeah, sandwiches. I have no idea. Why don't you give us a read of this 1-star review?
All right, the 1-star review. It's not good because it's hella sucks.
And that speaks volumes.
But that was back in 2016.
That's
so
true. Yeah.
It seems like the later in the years, the reviews have gotten better.
Yeah. So yeah, when we went there back in 2003 or something, I don't think it was too bad. And maybe before the renovation and stuff in 2016, it might have hella sucked. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe so.
I wasn't but it seems like it's getting a little bit better.
I feel like we turned out very well, so it can't be that bad of a school.
Yes, and when I was looking at these reviews, actually 2016, this was like the last 1-star review that was left.
Oh, okay.
So the better ones are 2021 and stuff.
Yeah.
So
basically after we left,
better,
got it. Okay, so but I believe it got was it a B- or a B+?
It got a B-.
B-. So which
so
that's
schools
pretty good.
in the Jan Ree area, they're pretty average.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely a great neighborhood for people who are starting a family and who are maybe buying their first home. And there are also there's some really nice homes that we saw.
There's some gorgeous homes.
Yeah, they were probably upwards of maybe 600,000-700,000 in the old part of Jan Ree.
Oh yeah, those things have like so much land and they're so beautiful.
Yeah,
I wish I could afford one of those.
One
day.
I read that there is not very many properties over there that have like up to a half acre. But when they do come up, they're like gone really quick because they're just not available anymore over there. There's a lot of new builds over there, and those tend to have smaller properties.
Yes, yeah, that's true. I feel like any new home now has smaller properties.
Yeah, that's kind of the way that it's going, unfortunately. But there is a diverse amount of homes over there. You can find what you're looking for.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you. Did you ever live in Jan Ree area?
I didn't live in Jan Ree. I went to school in the district, but I lived outside of the district.
So, I mean, I think it's a great area because it's kind of farther from the city. It's a little more quieter. And it doesn't have like tons of like really cool restaurants, or at least back in the day. But I do know now there's definitely a handful of different spots you can go.
You want to get into like things there are to do in the Jan Ree area?
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome.
Okay, yeah. So starting out for like if you're into health and fitness, they have a CrossFit.
They have a CrossFit in this new little subdivision area was it Lancaster, between Lancaster and Portland Road. There's this little subdivision. And not everyone knows about it, but they do have a CrossFit there.
Yeah, they do have a CrossFit. Also, we didn't actually go look at this, but they have a Jan Ree swim club over there. There is like an actual swimming pool. You can sign up for the summer membership.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
They have a community pool.
You can be on the swim team, Jan Ree swim team.
Off of Ward. And I don't know if they've changed it, but it's behind someone's house.
Yeah, they said, I read that it actually is very hard to find, but once you find it, it's worth it.
There's a little walkway between two homes. I remember that.
Yes.
Oh,
So
man,
you can
that's
actually
memories.
join. It's $4.50 for the season for your family, so it's not
That's
too
awesome.
bad.
That's
And
not too
then
bad.
your kids can
Swim all summer.
They can learn to swim there, and they can also
yeah.
join the swim team and do meets and stuff like that. So yeah.
I totally forgot about that. It's been that
me
long
too.
I've lived in Jan Ree.
And then going on to like food and stuff, there's the Original Pancake House.
Yes, which I used to work at, and I feel like half of McKay worked there when I.
Yeah, it's a very good employer for the high school kids out there.
That was a good part-time job.
Yeah, for breakfast, that's pretty solid.
Oh, dude,
I mean,
best bacon you ever have, honestly.
yeah, it's good. I will
And-
say, as far as like the whole of Salem, it's not really my favorite breakfast place, but it's pretty solid choice, especially if you're over in that area already and it's just there available for you. Yeah, and then also in that same place where the CrossFit is, there is Shades of Brew.
Shades of Brew, yes.
Also known as SOB.
SOB, yep.
Yeah.
They're fairly new. They have 2 locations. One's actually out by the airport, but their beer is delicious. And I love how they have like 2 food trucks where you can get the food.
Yeah.
And if, at least from the one out Portland or by the airport, they do serve pizza inside, but they have the 2 food trucks outside, which I think is kind of
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, that
brings
is-
a little bit of that Portlandy feel / what Sam's trying to bring here.
Yeah. Very cool building too. Very industrial.
Yeah.
I like the feel of it.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of January, off of Cordon Road.
Yes. Oh, my favorite.
Yeah. What do we have over there?
Oh gosh. Why you're going to ask me
I asked
now?
you because I forgot the name.
Easy Orchards.
There we go.
There it is.
Easy Orchards.
They
Yeah.
have.
How did we forget that?
I don't know,
It's like
but-
the best place over there.
Maybe I'm just
Yeah.
too focused on their little ice cream biscuit
Yeah. Shortcake.
shortcake. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
I did see you chowing down on some shortcake.
Well, because they have the shortcake and then the biscuit. So I don't know. Do you call it a shortcake if it's with the? I don't know. Anyways,
yeah.
I'm thinking too much of it. But yeah, the ice cream. Oh yeah, they have the best fruit, produce, and we seen all the hot sauce. If you're in a hot sauce,
they have a lot of hot sauce. Grenade hot sauce.
and it seems like most of
Aardvark.
it is local too. Like,
Yeah.
like
They-
it's all
that's
made.
that's the great thing about
Easy Orchards.
Easy Orchards. They have a lot of local produce, and they also sold like T-shirts, Salem
Yeah.
T-shirts, and everything's just local in there. And they have
It's making me hungry right now.
great.
So-
During the fall, they have this awesome like harvest fest where you can pick your own pumpkin, and they have like hay rides and just cool stuff for the kids.
I mean, bring it back to food though, but they also have probably the best donuts in town.
They do have really good donuts. I bought me a half dozen of some lemon donuts yesterday, and I ate.
All of it a day.
I did. I ate them all yesterday. Donuts just aren't the same like the day after. They get all hard, and they're all.
It hasn't even been 24 hours.
Yeah, well, it might have been exactly 24 hours. So,
So, yeah.
yeah, I was really hungry, and they were just really tasty. Okay.
Yep. No,
Yeah.
they're delicious.
Yes. In the neighborhood, there's also a Hoodview Park.
Yes, yes. There's a cute little park. It's great for little kids because they have that special rubber mat down below all the playground area. So, and it's cute for bringing your dogs, and it's kind of tucked away, like it's off of Kell, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and but it's like tucked away, kind of like within the neighborhood.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is right off of Kill, which it's kind of a busier street.
It is,
but
but
it's enclosed.
Going so fast, nobody ever notices it.
Yeah, it's enclosed. They do have some issues with tagging, and also
Just a little bit.
Yeah,
It's artwork, we gotta
I mean, there was a mixture. There was a memorial,
a mural.
mural.
There's a cool
Could have
mural.
also been a memorial, but
of
they had a
something,
mural, yeah. and right by the mural there was a lot of tagging. So
Yeah.
that's something unique to the January area.
I mean, it's not perfect, but it has potential, and I feel like in the last just 10 years, I've actually came quite a bit a long ways from what it was before, just because
Oh, was it worse before?
Well, because the economy kind of collapsed at that time, and I think kind of things kind of went downhill, and that was like right when it was kind of blowing up too, and so.
Okay.
So I mean, when we were driving by, I was like, "Look, all these houses are being fixed up. They're looking nicer.
Yeah,
Grass is starting to become greener.
It's
It's
gentrifying
like-
a little bit over there. So if you wanted to do like some main like grocery shopping or clothing shopping, January's not really walkable. Like, there's not really any place that you could walk to in the neighborhood to do that kind of stuff. But close by there is the Ross grocery store, and you do have some of the main like food chains like McDonald's and Starbucks, Dutch Brothers, really close by.
Yeah, really close by. And then, like I said, Kaiser Station is just right down the street.
And Kaiser Station's not too far, and that's a mecca.
All of the amazing things to eat. And I know that like the Lancaster area, like it's not called Lancaster Mall no more. It's the
Willamette Town
Center.
Center.
There you go.
Yeah.
I know that's probably a little farther away, but still, it's only like 5 minutes of drive, and you have all that shopping center. I just kind of like it's kind of outside the city, so like within 3 minutes or so of driving outside of it, you're like in the city.
Yeah.
And everything's there.
Yeah. I mean, Lancaster is kind of a main vein in Salem, so you do have a lot of shopping and amenities available for you, just not directly in this neighborhood.
Yep. So, I mean, if you want to maybe have a car or at least a bike of some sort, I would, maybe choose something a little closer, but for anyone else, it's perfect, I think, to start raising a family in.
Oh, yeah, definitely. All right. Hey, Nathan, thanks for joining me today. We really appreciate all your expertise in this area. Maybe tell us a little bit about what you can do for these people at home.
Yeah, well, I mean, if any of you guys are interested in moving to the Jan Ree area, or really any area in Oregon.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm a realtor, so like if you need to either sell your house or find a house, like I got all the resources to make that happen very quickly and seamlessly. And
of course, I am a mortgage loan officer, and you know what's great about the Jan Ree area is a lot of these homes would probably qualify for an FHA loan, which is fantastic for first-time home buyers. So we make a great team, and we'd love to help you on your Oregon expedition. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
Have a good one.